Lord Halton of Castlewood. He was claiming to have information about Gawain. If my memory serves, he made mention of a residence north of town. Might as well go and see if it's true. This is the residence of Lord Halton. He must be much more important than I thought if he can afford a manse in this part of King's Landing.
You're inside Halton's residence, and I'm captain of his guard, Sir Ethan.
I am Alistair Sarwick. Lord Halton is expecting me.
Ah, so you're the heretic he's been talking of. Let me warn you, your worthless religion has no place here.
I'm here to see your lord. I don't have time for theological debate with his underlings.
Ah, there you are, Alistair. I was anxious to speak with you. Did you meet any trouble on your way here?
Ah, well, other than the warm welcome I received from an amateur theologian in your employ, I have no complaints.
You must be speaking of Sir Ethan. He's the captain of my watch. Please forgive him. He is bound to the Seven. While I was waiting for you, I made the mistake of telling him that you belong to the clergy of Rilor. But enough small talk. We have some important matters to deal with.
Where are we? What do you have to say that's so important and so secretive?
We're safe here in my home, away from the spider's web.
I feel like you know me, but I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
That's understandable. The last time we spoke was so very long ago. Before the rebellion, I visited your father many a time. You were young back then, and more interested in the art of combat than conversation. More recently, I attended your father's funeral. But it was not the time for discussions. I wish to tell you that your sudden and unexpected bereavement troubled me deeply. Reynald was a great man and a trusted friend. With him gone, I'm now worried about your sister. I discovered that she was set on marrying your bastard brother, Villar. This man carries a grim reputation since the war, and it has only gotten worse since he became a servant of the Queen.
Villar is quite keen on marrying my sister indeed, but it won't happen if I manage to get back my titles. But that is a matter for another time. You spoke of some news of Gawain. Tell me what has become of him.
Yes, your brother. Knowing that you were in King's Landing, I thought I'd find you and share my fears with you.
What fears? If you're talking about Gawain being accused of patricide, I already know about it.
Yes, but I came to King's Landing to ask him if there was any truth to this tale. Unfortunately, I have been unable to do so, and now I fear that he is fleeing from some trouble. Or worse yet, that trouble has already caught up to him. My initial findings were quite worrisome, to say the least.
What do you mean? What did you discover?
Ah, well, I managed to track down Gawain to King's Landing, hoping I'd be able to confront him before he vanished again. According to my sources, a friend of his had helped him find refuge in a cellar, only accessible through the sewers. Unfortunately, something terrible occurred before I could get there. Rumors of murders started circulating. I fear that your brother has met a tragic end.
By the flame, I need to know what became of him.
I understand. As a friend of your father's, I wish to offer you my help. Let me introduce you to Sir Desmond. He is my sworn sword and the very best swordsman in the Riverlands. He has helped me gather up what little information we have. As a former gold cloak, he still keeps a few friends in the City Watch, and has tried to question them about these murders.
According to them, there was no investigation, and it seems that very few people in the City Watch have any inkling of what happened. Those who appeared to know something had clearly been ordered to keep their mouth shut. It certainly seemed as if someone was trying to keep this quiet.
It looks like I need to go to the crime scene myself.
My friends in the City Watch showed me how to get to the cellar that your brother was supposedly hiding in. Given its location, we should be able to take a look around quietly. We'll just have to deal with the bolt that the gold cloaks put there to prevent access.
Then we should leave immediately. There's no time to lose. Lord Halton, will you let Sir Desmond accompany me? I believe I could do with another sword at my side.
Of course. The sewers are one of the most dangerous places in King's Landing, and I would feel better knowing that he's with you.
Thank you.
If you're interested, my lord, I know an entrance to the sewers not far from here.
Perfect. Let's go.
Here we are. Normally we would go straight on, but the gate is shut. We will have to make a detour through the arena.
The arena?
You'll see. We're going to take the left path, and stay on your guard. These sewers are crawling with thieves. City laws have no reach down here.
How long have you been with the City Watch, sir?
I worked there for more than 10 years, before the arrival of the new commander. And for 5 years now, I've been Lord Halton's sworn sword.
What is the password?
Oak and iron guard me well.
Right. Come in.
You seem to know this place well.
Indeed. This place is often used for illegal fighting. The spectacle and the lure of gold attracts a lot of gamblers and good fighters. Lord Halton sometimes sends me here to recruit swordsmen for his personal guard.
Unless you...
There you go. It's here.
Wait. This lock's been forced open.
7 hells. Someone got here ahead of us, and they might still be inside.
Either way, we still need to figure out what transpired here. Come on.
What the hell are you doing? Hurry up! Come on, Stainer. Get a move on. No use hanging around here. Can't you see there's no sign of Horace here? We better go look somewhere else before we bump into the City Watch.
Don't you think it's strange, Porky? The boss has never gone missing on a job like this before.
They're from the Reaper clan. Their den is in these sewers.
Keep to the shadows, Desmond. I want to glean as much information as possible before we decide upon our next move.
Well, there was nothing here except this locket that was just lying on the ground. He's probably gone to pick up the payment. For all we know, he may well be poking some more as we speak.
No, that's not like Horace. Something's happened to him, I'm sure of it.
After them. I have some questions, and I believe they will have the answers. What are you doing here?
Eh? Where the hell did he come from?
You're in Reaper territory. Get your ass out of here if you know what's good for you.
I wouldn't hold my breath waiting if I were you. Spill everything you know right now.
Have mercy, my lord. It was Stainer's idea to come here. I was just following him, I swear.
I heard you speak of a locket. Where is it?
It's just a small locket, my lord. That's all. Since the City Watch took everything, Even the bodies. We didn't think anyone would care.
Give it to me. Now.
Tell me, Alistair, is that not your family's emblem engraved on this jewel?
Yes, I know this locket very well. Gawain has worn it since he was a child, which definitely means he was here. Porky, correct? Tell me what happened here immediately.
It's nothing to do with me, my lord, I swear. It's my master who knows.
Where is your master?
That's what I'd like to know. He's gone. He had something to do here, but I haven't heard from him since. Axe sent small groups in all directions to find him. He can tell you himself. He's in our den.
Where is this den?
We have our own emblem. We painted it on the walls leading to our den so that everyone knows it's our territory.
Let's go then.
Are you sure, my lord? We're taking a huge risk.
That may be, but I have to know for certain if Gawain is dead or alive.
What about him? What should we do with him?
Nothing. I'm looking for my brother's murderer. This one doesn't interest me. Out of my sight, vermin. I'll let you live this time. But know that if you should ever cross my path again, you will rue that day.
Oh, thank you, my lord.
Now, let us head to their den.
Here's the infamous hideout.
Get your weapon ready. You again?
Well, well. If it isn't my old mugger friends. What a small world we live in.
Porky came running up, saying that some kind of superhumans attacked him. He was talking about you, wasn't he? That fool was so scared of seeing you again that he bolted before I could even reason with him. But I'm not afraid of you. You lied to us last time. When you said you'd give us your brother, it was just to save your skin, eh? Your pretty speeches won't save you this time. You'll learn what happens when you mess with the Reapers. Enough. You win. I have to admit you're a good fighter. What do you want?
My brother was in a cellar that the Reapers attacked recently. I found his locket there.
Your brother? That guy who had a bounty on his head?
Yes, I need to find him. And seeing as you're part of this gang, you're going to tell me everything you know.
Sure. But I doubt you'll learn much from me. Oris, our boss. He's the one who took care of it. I wasn't with him that night. I'm not the stealthy type.
Where is this Oris?
Well, that's the thing. We didn't hear from him until about an hour ago. Since he went to collect the payment, in fact. I just learned that he was arrested by the Gold Cloaks.
Whose payment?
No clue. Oris usually keeps that kind of information to himself. The Gold Cloaks took him to their blasted tower over there. I have a feeling we won't be seeing him again.
The City Watchtower, you say?
There. I've answered your questions. If you're going to kill me, then kill me and be done with it.
My quarrel is not with you, so I will let you go. But believe me, when I tell you that you do not want to cross paths with me ever again.
I'll remember that. Thank you.
What with this empty cellar and Oris imprisoned in the city watchtower, I can see no end to the challenges R'hllor has set against me.
Listen, I have good reason to believe that the famous city watchtower will be the answer to your problems. Your brother stands accused of patricide. If he still lives, he'll be in the dungeons. If he's been executed, they most likely will have stored his corpse in the basement while they confirm his identity.
You are correct. There's no other option. I must get inside that tower.
I should warn you, it won't be easy getting in. No civilians are allowed entry. The only way will be for you to pass for a gold cloak.
It seems risky, but it could work. What would it take to pass for one of them?
You will need a full uniform. Breastplate, helm, boots, gloves, and a cloak, of course. I believe we'll be able to find everything we need in town. If you find yourself unable to secure any of the items, some craftsmen could probably provide you with the equipment you require. But be warned, this service will not come cheap.
Let's give it a try.
The town's merchants should be able to help us. There's also a chance we'll come across men from the city watch patrolling the streets. It can't be that hard to find opportunities to acquire what we'd need. I used to come here for drinks with my comrades when I was in the army. I believe they still do.
Hello, my lord. How can I help you?
Hello, good fellow. I couldn't help but remark upon your stall. I've never seen so many different fabrics.
It's always a pleasure to meet someone who's interested. I have a great selection indeed. Silk and lace from Myr, wool from Gis, even a sample of the finest cloth made in the heart of 7 kingdoms. All of King's Landing comes to Andres.
So I've heard. Actually, that's why I've come to see you.
Ah, that's good to hear. You should know, my lord, that agreeable clients like yourself get a special discount here.
Actually, I need a new gold cloak.
I see. So your old one's worn out, is that it? I swear, these cloaks are made by journeymen. Unfortunately, the City Watch have their cloaks made elsewhere.
Precisely. I'll be able to show them the quality of your work. Prove to them that you're at the top of your game.
You're right. You have to be bold if you want to succeed. I will give it to you for 12 stags, just to cover the cost of the materials. I'd be indebted to you if you spoke to them about my work, yes.
Then the deal is done.
Thank you. Wait here. It won't be long. Take care, my lord. See you soon, I hope.
Good, we have the cloak.
Welcome, my lord.
Good day to you. I hear you're a leather craftsman.
Aye, that I am. Are you interested in my wares? What do you need?
I can see you have a good range of supplies in stock.
Aye, there's something for everyone here, and in every size too. Leather sells easily in King's Landing, like anywhere else. Anyway, I've no time for small talk. Either we strike a deal or you move on.
I need gloves and boots. But they have to be in the City Watch's colors. That's my only condition.
I see. I do have something in stock that might be right for you, but I'll need to make a few adjustments.
For 95 silver stags, I can make the lot for you.
Isn't that rather a lot for such a simple alteration job?
Oh, I can't stand hagglers. This is quality leather that I'm selling, not dirty old rabbit skins. And this is no ordinary task you're asking of me. We're talking about City Watch supplies.
Come on, calm down.
I could get into serious trouble for this, you understand?
So you want to play the haggling game? Very well. My price just went up to 120 stags for your gloves and boots. Or feel free to look elsewhere.
If only I'd kept my mouth shut. Very well, here's the money, and be quick about it.
All right, stay here. It won't be long. Here, it's done. Take good care of them.
There you go. The gloves and boots are good.
No harm will come of looking. Mary. Nothing but the best of my store. Nothing but the best.
Good day, my lord. What can I do for you?
Good day to you. I'd like to inquire about having some armor forged.
Very well, my lord. What sort of armor will you be needing?
A City Watch breastplate and helm.
That's not usually my job, my lord. The gold cloaks have their own armor-smith.
Yes, I know. It's just that I lost mine, and the commander is bound to punish me if I go back without them. To be honest, I'd prefer it if this job stayed between the two of us.
Certainly. I can arrange that for you. But a special order such as this will come at a much higher price. It's going to cost you a golden dragon. But for this price, your breastplate will be the envy of all. It will be gilded with a finish worthy of the greatest of men.
Very well. It's a deal. Here you are.
I'll get to work on your order right away. It'll be ready before you know it. Here's your equipment, my lord. Good day to you.
The breastplate and the helm have been taken care of.
Come take a look.
This is where I stop. From this point forth, you're on your own. Be very careful once you're inside. Pry as much information from the guards inside as you can. While you're infiltrating this place, I'm going to inform Lord Halton of our progress. I will be back shortly. Then I'll return here to await your arrival. Good luck, Sir Alistair.
It's hopeless. With all the lashes this bastard is taking, he won't live to see another day. What's the matter?
You were speaking of wages just now. I want in.
We're wagering on how long that bastard locked down there is going to last. There's quite a number of us in, so we've gathered a tidy little sum so far.
I see.
If you want in, ask Captain Karen. He's by the dungeon entrance. I wagered 8. What's the matter?
Where is the commander? I haven't seen him for some time.
He left for the Red Keep earlier.
Commander Janus Slint spends a lot of time there these days.
Actually, he goes there more and more often. I heard that he might become a lord or something. Considering how the commander's treating him, there's no way.
Keep for the coat of arms in this damn book. There are so many. I've really had it with all this. If Harold wants to find out who this corpse was, why doesn't he look into it himself?
Not so loud. If he hears us, we're headed straight for the hole, or worse.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Excuse me. I heard you talk about Sir Harold. Is he truly that bad?
Let me guess. You're a new recruit, eh? So let me give you a good piece of advice. If there's one man you shouldn't irk, it's him.
Yeah, Sir Harold is the worst. I remember one day, one of the guards joked about his height. Nothing harsh, just a little laugh, you know. Well, he found out about it. The poor sod's been on latrine scrubbing duty ever since that day.
Keep away from him as much as you can. The corpse we're storing... Yeah?
You were speaking of an unidentified corpse, were you not? Do you know if it's possible to see it?
The body of the nobleman? You think you'll be able to find out who it is? There are more noble houses in King's Landing than lice in a brothel, so good luck with that.
Anyway, the body is downstairs. If you want to see it, you'll have to ask Charon. He's the one who guards the entrance to the basement.
I see. I have to know if it's my brother they speak of. I need to find a way to get down there.
Oh, I've spent the whole day looking for the coat.
We've done it.
Come on, it's a bit of fun. The prisoner couldn't care less, you know. He's going to die anyway. We may as well try and make a bit of money from his death.
What do you want?
I heard there were wagers being taken on the prisoner.
Yes, my friend here is taking part in a little game. He and his friends are wagering on the murderer locked up down there. All the others are dead. He's the only one left.
We're not abusing him or anything. We're just wagering on when we think he'll die. It's no skin off his nose as far as I can see. If you want to get a bet in, you'll have to ask Sir Karen.
What do you want?
Are you talking of the man who committed those murders in the sewers?
Yes, we've got him in the dungeon. Somehow, Commander Janos arrested him shortly after the crime was committed.
He's in one of the deepest dungeons. His 2 accomplices were in there with him, but they're dead now. He's the only one left. We gave them a good flogging. You should have heard them scream. But their boss, he's a tough one.
Isn't it a little cruel?
Wearing a tabard. I can't figure out which house he belongs to.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I have to speak to the commander.
The commander is visiting the Red Keep. Come back later. Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I want to go up there and get a good view of the city.
Maybe when you're an officer. But until then, dream on.
Hey, you. Don't I know you?
Maybe. My friends tell me I have a pretty common face.
Yeah. Well, what do you want?
I want to place a wager on this prisoner too.
That's great. The more the merrier.
I want to see what I'm putting my money on first, though.
Go ahead. If he's dead, let me know immediately.
Haven't seen you before. What brings you round here? Did you come to see the prisoner?
Yes, I want to see what state he's in before making a wager.
You'll have to come back later then. I shut the door. With this much money at stake, I wagered that he would live 3 more days, and I don't want anyone killing him when I'm not looking.
I see. No! His clothing. It carries the crest of Sarwick. All that effort. And for what? Gawain! No! I can't believe it. Perhaps it's someone else. A servant. Anybody. Wait. What's this? A letter? By the flame! And the girl's lock of hair is still attached to the letter. It really is him. Forgive me, little brother. I should have returned sooner. What on earth were you doing in that cellar, Gawain? Why did someone want you dead? His murderer. He's here somewhere. And he will give me answers.
So, how's it going? Did you find out who it was? I'd rather get rid of the body before it starts to rot.
No. No, I have no idea.
Yeah, I suspected as much. Even his assassin wasn't able to tell us anything.
He's locked up in here, isn't he?
Yeah, in a cell close by. But I am in charge of the keys, and I open the doors for no one.
I need to see him.
No way. There's too much money at stake for me to let anyone see him. If you kill him, I'll lose all my money. And that would really get my knickers in a twist.
How much money is at stake?
About 125 stags, as far as I know. Why?
Because if you don't give me the keys, you're to lose a lot more than coin.
What? Who do you think you are?
Listen, you brainless puppet. If you knew who you were talking to, you would beg me to take your keys. One word. Just one word from me, and you'll be scrubbing the latrines of the City Watch for the rest of your life. For 50 years, my family has been related to that of Sir Harold. You know who he is, don't you?
Yes, I know.
What? Do you think I'm lying? then by all means go and ask him. Please, I would be indebted to you if you just went and asked him.
No need. I believe you. Cursed nobility. Here, take the damn keys. I hope you choke on them.
Why, thank you. Now leave this tower and take that other guard who's waiting next door. I need to be alone. Go and make your rounds or whatever, and watch your tongue. If everything goes well, I'll do my best to forget this most displeasing conversation.
Did you get a good eyeful, you son of a whore?
I ask the questions here. You're Oris, aren't you?
Bugger off.
Listen to me, fool. I'm not a gold cloak, but I can kill you right now if you so wish. On the other hand, should you answer my questions, I'll make it worth your while.
You're not from the City Watch? If you're telling the truth, I have nothing to lose. Ask your questions.
It was you who committed those murders in the sewers, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was me. With my boys. I'm not in here for nothing.
Who? Who hired you?
That bastard. Janos Slint. It was the commander of the City Watch himself who told me to slit the throats of the two men hiding in that damn cellar. We'd known each other for some time. He came to me in the tavern I frequent. He said he had a job for me. Said it'd pay 300 silver stags. Enough to feed us all for more than a year. I asked for part of the money up front, as I always do. He told me to meet him at his office, and everything went well. But when two of my men and I came to collect the other half of the money after I had completed the job, he had us thrown into this hole. He tricked me.
How did you meet? Did you serve as a gold cloak?
No, not at all. But I've done this kind of favor for the commander in the past. There'd never been any problem until now, so I didn't have any reason to doubt him. As I told you, I was in his office upstairs when he made his offer. He paid me the advance without any trouble. When he left to get the money, I took a quick look around his office. There was a letter. I can't read, but I recognized the seal I saw at the bottom of that letter. It was Valar's, the Queen's lapdog.
Valar? Are you sure?
I know what I'm talking about. He and his Bloodseekers have been getting in our way since they came to King's Landing. We're needed less and less because of them. I realized too late that it was them I was working for. I should have turned down this offer.
The Bloodseekers. Those damned thugs. If Valar really is behind all this, that letter may just help me bring him down. I have to get into this office.
Get me out of here! I told you everything you need to know. Your turn to help me! These scoundrels of the City Watch betrayed me, and now they're wagering on when I'm going to die. I'm the leader of the Reapers. If you save my life, you won't regret it.
If you're telling the truth, and I find the letter you spoke of, then maybe I'll come back to free you. But if you're lying, by R'hllor it will cost you.
Best if I stay here and wait. I don't have a chance on my own.
So, how much you want to bet?
I'm not sure yet. I'll get back to you soon.
On your watch yesterday. Only you could fall asleep right next to a crime scene.
Yeah, Sir Harold hasn't had me relieved for at least 2 days. But it could have been much worse.
Hello there, friend.
Sir Harold is the one who manages the relief team, is that right?
Not just that. He's also the officer in charge of stewardship. And he doesn't mess around. The other officers can throw you into the dungeons or give you extra duties whenever they please. But Sir Harold, he's the worst.
Yeah, once he has it in mind to punish you, he'll drag you through the 7 hells.
Yeah, I dozed off again.
Yes, but the commander seemed pretty desperate for us to burn the dark-haired boy's body as quickly as we could. It's a bit fishy if you ask me, and I have a feeling it has something to do with gold. Yes? Can we help you?
What's the name of the commander again? I keep forgetting.
Are you new around here, or simply an idiot? His name is Janos Slint. Be sure to remember it this time, or you won't last long around here.
He's at the Red Keep at the moment. I'll show you who it is when he gets back.
Right next to where the murders took place. And Sir Harold has heard all about it,
Yes? Can we help you?
Is that body down there one of the victims of the sewer murders?
Yes. And since he's a nobleman, we're keeping him where it's cool while we wait to be told what to do with him. It shouldn't take long to find out who he was, as we already know the identity of the other victim.
It's kind of strange, actually. The other one was just a peasant's son. A dark-haired boy known as Cedric. But no one knows anything about the nobleman. Why was he hiding in the sewers with a poor merchant boy anyway?
Forget about it, Morton. At the end of the day, they're both dead. Don't you find the commander's attitude towards that body stored?
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I've been ordered to collect some important documents for the small council of the Red Keep.
Oh? Upon whose orders?
Commander Janos Slint in person.
The commander? Why would he ask you to do that?
I was traveling by his side to the Red Keep. Once there, he said he'd forgotten some documents and that I had to quickly return them to him or there'd be trouble.
Yeah. When the commander gives an order, you'd better do as he says. I'd rather not have any trouble. Go ahead. But move your ass.
So that's the famous letter. Oris wasn't lying. I swore to help him if he was telling the truth. But am I really obliged to keep this promise? If things get out of hand, I risk my own skin. All that for the man who killed Gawain. Let's have a look.
So, are you done?
Yes, it should be fine. I have everything I need.
Yeah, well, make sure you don't forget anything. I don't want you putting the commander in a bad mood.
Did you find the letter? See, I wasn't lying.
Yes, you were right. And I may need you and your men sometime soon, so I'll help you. But this won't be easy. There's no room for error. If we make even the slightest mistake, the whole city watch will come down on us.
I don't have anything to lose anyway. Untie me. Thank you. What's your plan?
We're going to pretend that you're under my guard by order of their commander. If we can fool the guards, we shouldn't have any trouble.
I like the way you think. If we succeed, it will be a remarkable feat.
And if we fail, it'll be a slow and painful death for the both of us. May the light show us the way.
What's all this commotion? And what is this criminal doing here? He's supposed to be in the dungeons.
I was ordered to escort this prisoner to the Red Keep.
What? I'm the one in charge of these dungeons. If a transfer had been ordered, I'd know about it.
Maybe the commander felt it wasn't necessary. It seems he learned that people were wagering on the prisoner's death. I don't think that will go down too well.
Who do you think you're fooling? The commander is the one that started the wagers.
Well, then you leave me no choice. I pray that R'hllor will welcome you with kindness. Rest in peace.
By the Seven! Help! Rally the City Watch! They killed Charon!
You're free now. R'hllor has guided us thus far.
Your god had nothing to do with it, my friend. Your sword is what worked all the miracle I witnessed today.
Whatever it may be, you owe me now.
Yes, I give you my word. If you ever need me and my men, come to our den. Until then, old man, I must go and dress my wounds now.
Lord Alistair, please, my lord.
Hub?
Oh, I'm so glad they let you go, my lord. I was so afraid when I heard the gold cloaks had taken you away. A sorry business it was.
Yes, Lambert was far less fortunate than me, I fear. Did they cause you any trouble?
Me? No. Who could have anything against a poor bugger like me? Anyway, I've kept away from the house since then, but I have a favour to ask of you, my lord. If it's not too much trouble, of course.
It depends on what it is. What is the matter with you?
With me? Nothing. But I fear for Bethany, a friend of mine. She's a good girl, only in a difficult situation. She needs a kind hand, you see.
Who is the young girl, Hub? I didn't know you to have such friends.
She isn't... well, I mean, she's a friend, my lord. You might say she's a friend, but not... not in the way you think. You'll go weak at the sight of her, my lord. She's a real beauty, and so sweet, too. The image of the maiden. You'll see. She'd explain it best. Better than me, I'm sure.
R'hllor knows how to show love. I couldn't refuse to help a young woman in need. Tell me where she is. I will see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, my lord. Thank you. I'll be off to tell her the good news. I can't tell you how happy she'll be.
So, sir, did you find out what happened to your brother?
Yes. Valar had him executed. Mark my words. I am going to find this murderer and cut him down where he stands.
I'm afraid that's not possible, sir. He left during your investigation with at least 100 men.
Ice and death. This wretched dog knows no limits. He killed my brother, and now he's trying to undermine any hope I have of gaining the Queen's favor. I must speak with Lord Halton immediately.
He awaits you at his residence.
Alistair, were you able to discover anything?
I know what happened. The murderers in the sewers were targeting a boy by the name of Cedric Rivers. His last name leaves no room for doubt. He's a bastard child, just like those the Queen is hunting down. But the assassins also killed whoever else was in the hideout at that time. And that's how Gawain fell victim to them.
How can something this dreadful have been allowed to happen?
He really is dead. His body was moved to the city watchtower. I saw it with my own eyes.
By the father. That poor boy. Sir Desmond told me of the bandits you encountered. Was it they who killed Gawain?
The Reapers did the dirty work. There's no denying that. But they were just pawns. They are now paying for their crimes.
What do you mean?
I coerced some of their members to tell me what happened, and that information led me to the city watchtower. That's where I found Gawain's corpse. But that's not all. The leader of the Reapers, the murderer himself, was locked up there. He confessed everything. The commander of the city watch paid him to carry out the task. Then he left him to rot in the dungeons, so that the crime would never be traced back to him. And here is the proof. Look at this letter. It was Valar himself who gave the assassination order to the commander of the city watch. He's behind everything.
Are you saying your half-brother murdered Gawain? I do not understand. Why would he do such a thing?
Reading between the lines of this letter, it appears that he acted on behalf of the Queen. Look at what's written here. See that you do not leave any witness. He must have known that Gawain would be with Cedric. Valar was trying to capture my brother after all. This was an ideal opportunity for him. he didn't leave him any chance of clearing his name.
You believe he acted out of revenge?
Obviously. He wants to wipe out the Sarwiks and take control of Riverspring. Valar used this opportunity to get rid of him. One less obstacle in the way of his conquest. He is now assured that he will become head of House Sarwick, being both my sister's husband and my father's only descendant.
What are you planning to do?
Garwin was my brother. I can't just let that bastard Valar destroy my family. He will pay with his blood. I'll never let that wretch take the ancestral lands of House Sarwick. I already have this letter which proves his involvement in the sewer murders. I have to find out what it is that links these murders and expose Valar's treachery. Once the people learn of his treachery, the Queen will have no choice but to sever her ties with him.
You are right. The answer probably lies with the bastards that the Queen is hunting down.
I'm not sure I follow.
Well, if you think about it, isn't that what all these murders have in common? All the victims were bastards. In fact, you helped track one of them down yourself, didn't you?
I only helped the Queen to get back my land and titles. It was the best way to show my loyalty, and I'm willing to get my hands dirty so that my family can regain its former wealth.
Certainly. And your resolve does you credit. But why did she call on you? If these targets really were enemies of the Crown, why didn't she send the gold cloaks?
Indeed. She chose an inconspicuous method every time.
The Queen does not wish for this matter to be made public.
These bastards are not chosen at random. Valar himself is one, but he's not worried. So there must be some other link between them. But what? I can't put my finger on it.
I might have a lead on this matter. One of my contacts at court passed a letter on to me. It's from Lord John Arryn himself, the King's Hand. He sent it to the Red Keep some time before his death. It was meant for Grand Maester Pycelle, who sits on the Royal Council.
Remind me who the Grand Maester is, please. I have been away for such a long time that I have forgotten the ways of the court a little.
The title is carried by the King's advisor in King's Landing, who also sits on the Small Council. As any Maester, he must carry out all of the functions required by a noble household, such as advisor, tutor, and healer, but for the Seven Kingdoms.
I see. Please continue. You were speaking of John Arryn?
He was a worthy man. His death has deeply saddened me. But in the light of the information contained in this letter, I fear that his death is far from natural.
What do you mean? What does this letter speak of?
Well, John Arryn asked the Grand Maester to consult a book on the lineages of the Seven Kingdoms. And this came after he was seen in the company of Stannis Baratheon, visiting various dens of ill repute. It caused quite a stir. If you're unfamiliar with these two men, they have long established reputations of unfailing virtue. Normally, neither of them would ever frequent that kind of establishment. After a little investigating, I learned that the Hand had visited half a dozen bastards that day, one of whom was the Potter that you and Sir Valar killed.
You think that because he was walking about town and consulting some tome on lineage that someone had the Hand of the King assassinated?
Think about it. If John Arryn discovered something about those bastards that someone powerful didn't want him to know, I have a feeling that this book on lineages holds the key to this mystery. And I've sent word to a man capable of shedding light on all of that for us. He's a Maester of the Citadel called Rupert. He's also an expert in ancient texts, and it just so happens that he has worked on the book. I do not know him personally, but he has agreed to meet with us. He was asked to bring a copy of the tomb.
Why call on this Maester Rupert?
Grand Maester Pycelle is the Queen's loyal servant. It would be highly inadvisable to contact him directly. However, there is still one concern to settle. The payment.
How much is he asking for?
That's the problem. He does not seek money. If he did, this matter would already be settled. He wants a particular settlement, but he refuses to explain himself in writing. He would rather discuss this in private.
Fine. I will meet with him. Where can I find him?
The meeting has been arranged near an illegal arena, hidden in the sewers. I sincerely hope he will give us the help we need. I've already taken the liberty of sending Sir Desmond there, as he knows these parts well. He will be able to come to your aid if something goes wrong.
Thank you, Lord Halton.
I can't believe you asked me that.
The others take me. Who is it? Him again?
Mother have mercy, Gunser, you are terrible. Is it too much for you to remember your courtesies once in a while?
Piss on courtesies. I like to know who you're bringing round before I offer them bread and water. I don't run a whorehouse.
I have come because I was told a young lady needed my help. This is far from the welcome I was expecting.
Calm yourselves, you two. I told you of him. He's my master, Sir Alistair Sarwick. I told you he'd help.
You see, Brute? Now get out of my sight. I need to speak to this fine man, and I don't want you cursing behind my back.
Aye. All right, then. Forgive me, my lord. I don't mean to be rude or nothing. I'm just doing what I can to be master of my own home, you see. I'll leave you alone.
Please forgive Gunser, my lord. He's forgotten his courtesies. I'm Bethany. It's a pleasant surprise to see someone as fine as you come down here. Ub speaks highly of your kindness, but I didn't think to see you.
There is little harm in coming to hear your story, young lady. Tell me, how can I help you?
I need you to take a message to Sir Giles of House Langwood. Mother of mercy, this is so embarrassing. I'm with his child, but he doesn't even know. He hasn't come to see me for weeks. I've already made several attempts to send word to him, all in vain, I fear. House Langwood has a high opinion of itself, you know. They don't approve of a common girl like me appearing at their gates. They sent me away.
Have you considered the possibility that Sir Giles has no intention of seeing you again? It would not be the first time that a knight abandons one of his conquests the very next day.
No, it can't be. It's not like that. Sir Giles was so sweet and came here so often. He loves me. I'm sure of it. Help me, my lord, I beg of you. If you've ever known what it is to love, don't let my child be born without a father.
I'm sure you won't object if I ask you some questions.
Anything you want, my lord, if it will help.
Who is the lout who was scolding you just now? What is his part in all this?
You mean my cousin, Gunser? He might seem rough, but he's not a bad man. He agreed to take me in until the matter is solved, which means a lot to me. That's why I put up with his black humour. Please ignore him. He's not worth the trouble.
Has he taken you in? Where do you normally live?
At my aunt's, as it were. A shrew who thinks she's a lady. She's not one to have her beliefs soiled. She didn't look kindly on Sir Giles' visits and never let me forget it. When he stopped coming and it came out that I was with child, we quarrelled. She said some things that I can't forgive. She went and forced me out of her home. I paid visits to the Langwoods, but I was turned away without the chance to see Sir Giles. I had nowhere to go. Gunser finally agreed to let me in. He didn't have to, for I know it's a burden on him. The sooner I see Sir Giles, the better for everyone.
Tell me more about your valiant knight. What do you really know of him?
Of his life, you mean? Very little. He's the last-born son of House Langwood. A humble but old family. He lives in a manse here in King's Landing. But I know what matters. He may seem cocksure and heartless, but inside, he's very sensitive. He wants to be sure of doing the right thing, but he relies too much on the counsel of others to tell him right from wrong. And he loves me, even if he dares not admit it. After all, growing fond of a girl in my condition would disgrace him. His friends never cease telling him this.
It seems you have complete confidence in Sir Giles. Why do you think he has abandoned you like this?
Because of his family, of course. They've never looked kindly on our coupling. Just think, a peasant girl. They must have put pressure on him, or schemed to keep him away from me. Giles did tell me of some matters to attend to, a journey he had to make. But he ought to have come back by now. Help me, I beg of you. Not knowing what has happened is turning me mad.
I will try and help you. I will go and find him, and we'll see how he looks on your situation.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, my lord. Hand him this letter. It will bring him here.
Don't get your hopes up, young lady. I said I would speak to him, not that I will make him change his mind. In the end, it is his decision.
I just need to see him and speak to him. Everything will turn out right after that. Tell him I'm waiting here. I'm sure he will come.
I hope so for your sake, Bethany.
What? You want something?
Good day to you. Is this the manse of the family Langwood?
Yes? Who's asking?
I am Sir Alistair of House Sarwick. I need to speak with Sir Giles. Is he in?
Yes, Sir Giles? Yes, he's here. Do you want me to go find him?
What do you think?
Well, yes. Forgive me, my lord. I am on my way.
Well, where is he? Ah, Sir Alistair. I don't believe I've had the pleasure, even of knowing you by name. Please tell me, what brings you to my door?
I have come on behalf of a young lady known to you. Bethany entrusted me with a message for you.
Beth? Got to be good. Thank you for informing me, Half-Pint. I will take care of it from here. Now go stare at something in the kitchens.
In the kitchens? Yes, sir.
Are you afraid of what might be heard, Sir Giles?
You could say that. I'm to be married soon, you see. I doubt that the name of Beth would go down too well if spoken too loud. It's a sorry business. I liked the girl, truly I did. I had some of my best times with her.